We delight in stories of love, good humor, acts of kindness, everything that brings people happiness. We think that such stories need to be shared as much as possible. All of these short stories are so heartwarming that no one can remain indifferent to them. You know what? I cried like a child hearing the boy from an orphanage story, and those who would not just probably have a heart of ice.
My cat saved my life. I was running a bath and he was sitting slumbering in the sink. When I realized that the water was getting a little cold, I stood up and turned on the hot water tap. I slipped and fell. I woke up thanks to someone hitting my face. It turned out that I had been knocked out and almost drowned, but my little kitty had started meowing and hitting my face with his paws to wake me up.
My daughter is 4 years old, and she loves walking around town. She always enjoys listening to street musicians and giving them some change. Yesterday, we saw some people playing drums in the street. My daughter danced with them for 20 minutes, then gave them all the coins we had. She also handed out her sweets to them, all of her sweets and all of her coins.
We've nicknamed my dog Father Teresa because he can't pass by any of his furry companions when they need help. It all began one winter when he ran away out into the country and ended up bringing back 4 frozen puppies together with their mother. Then he began to rescue stray cats. One of his favorite things is to pull stray animals off the street and into our home. He always licks them clean. I think he would breastfeed them if he could. Then it falls to me to feed the strays and find them a new home. Who'd have thought an animal could do so much good in the world? I'm so proud of him.
I left home to go study in a place 1,000 miles away. I talked to my mom regularly on Skype. One time, I saw what looked like a child crying in the background. It turns out that it was my dad pretending to be a seal to annoy us and stop me from missing home too much.
One evening, I was at the train station buying a ticket to get home. I had just enough coins in my backpack to afford it. Then the machine ate some of my money without counting it, and I started searching my pockets for that last vital few cents. I finally said to myself out loud, "Damn, where am I going to find $1 right now?" "Big Brother can help you," I heard behind me. I turned around, and there was a homeless guy, stretching out his arm with the money. And they say there's no such thing as everyday acts of kindness.
I can't stand my husband's soup, but when he makes it, I always eat it with a smile on my face. Once, I came home from work and found him making it. I saw how he had such a sweet little look on his face as he carefully cut a carrot into heart-shaped slices for my dinner. True, his soup is terrible, but it's made with so much love.
2 years ago, my now deceased grandfather presented me with his favorite book. Today, I decided to read it. I found a small glued envelope with $20 inside and a note saying, "When you get bored, buy yourself a couple of chocolate bars."
When my wife and I fight, our daughter falls on the floor and simulates some kind of injury. Well, recently, we argued in the kitchen. Our daughter had a nap in the hall, but when she heard us, she came to the kitchen and took me by the hand to go with her like she was afraid to sleep alone. She made me lie next to her and we fell asleep. The kid doesn't let us fight, so we now live in peace.
I remember the old toys we used to decorate our Christmas tree with when I was a kid, the kind you can't find anywhere now. And there was this big blue ball with phosphorescent stars on it. We made it a whole ceremony to take it out of the box and charge it under a lamp for the phosphorus to shine in the dark. It always went on the tree first. That was the moment when true and magical anticipation started. That ball is still intact.
In 2009, we adopted a little boy from an orphanage. He was 3.5 years old. At the orphanage, they didn't ever give the kids anything sweet, and so he had no idea what candy tasted like. One day, I gave him the basket in a supermarket and said, "Take what you want." In the end, all we took was a packet of tea and a small chocolate. He said that's all he needed. Since then, he's always asking me for a little extra pocket money. He goes and buys himself a modest amount of treats and brings it all home. I keep encouraging him to eat them himself, but it's useless. He says he ought to share everything he has.